All right, here are the notes on the triangle inequality theorem. So this is the one that I was talking about a minute ago, where you have to have two sides of your triangle. It has to be greater than any third side. All right, so you can write this in your math journal. Triangle inequality theorem. And it's just a fancy name that is given to this rule, but it works all the time. It's a way to check all the time if your triangle, if the side lengths that you have will be able to form a triangle. So I'm going to use the same exact example that was given on the information for week 2. Oh, real quick, let me write what it is. All right, so that states that the sum of the length of any two sides of a triangle must be greater than the third side. All right. All right, so the example that's given is a triangle that looks like this. It's kind of slanted a little bit. Okay, and this side's 18, this side's 13, and this side's 7. All right, so what we would do is we would start with any two sides. It doesn't matter which side. So they started off with 7 and 13. So they're saying that 7 plus 13 has to be greater than that third side that has 18. So they did this side and this side, add it together, has to be greater than this side. So we would check 7 plus 13, that's 20, and 20 is greater than 18. So that works out. Okay, so then we would check another set of two sides. So let's do 13 plus 18. And 13 plus 18 has to be greater than, this is the third side now, 7. Well, obviously, it's going to be greater than 7, but just to show what's going on, we'll add it. So 8 plus 3 is 11, and 1 plus 1 plus 1, that's 3, that's 31, is greater than 7. So that side works. All right, so then we have the last two sides to check. So now we would check 18 plus 7. 18 plus 7 has to be greater than 13. So 8 plus 7 is 15, and 5 plus 1 is 2, so there's 25, and 25 is greater than 13. So I have a check for all three sets, which means that those three measurements can form a triangle. So these three measurements can form a triangle. Okay, and basically that's what it is. That's all it's saying. So if you scroll down a little bit more on your computer, then they have another example. So they have 11 feet, 5 feet, and 13 feet. And you have to figure out if those three lengths form a triangle. And it goes through and it shows yes, yes, yes for all three. Okay. I'm going to go to one that's a no. So example 3 on here says find the sum of the lengths of each pair of sides. So each pair of sides is when you have just two sides here and you're comparing it to the third side. you have two sides here, comparing it to the third side, or two sides here, and you're comparing it to the third side. That's basically what it's talking about. All right, so let's do this example on here. And I mean, you can pretty much draw any triangle you want to. It doesn't matter what it looks like. So I say it doesn't matter what it looks like, but I mean, if you're looking at the measurements, then you can kind of make it look a little bit better than I made my triangle, but that's okay. So the measurements are 3 feet. Let's put 12 feet here, and then 16 feet. So I just labeled it according to small, medium, large size. But my 3 feet would be much shorter than this compared to 16 and 12. But once again, it is okay. Okay, so we're going to check our sides. So let's start with 3 and 16. So I'm going to add 3 plus 16, and it has to be greater than this third side, which is 12. Well, 16 plus 3 is 19, and 19 is greater than 12. So that's good. Okay, so then next, I did these two, so I'm going to go around, and I'm going to do these two. So 16 plus 12 has to be greater than 3. Well, we already know right away those are greater, but let's do the math. So this is 28 is greater than 3. So that works. So far, so good. So I've done these two. I've done these two. Now I need to do these two. 12 plus 3 has to be greater than 16. 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 is not greater than 16. So since this one doesn't work, this would not make a triangle. Okay, so these 3 measurements can not form a triangle. All right. So now you have an example of one that does and then one that doesn't.